I'd like to just show you this ketubah which has been specially prepared, come from across the seas. It's a beautiful one, and it's in Aramaic, and Gary has already accepted all the conditions that are in here a few moments ago, the conditions in which we will hear about it in a few moments' time. The ketubah in its origins goes back over 2,000 years ago. It was there for a protection of a woman in marriage at a time when women's rights were unthought of and unheard of. It has an English quote from the Song of Songs on the top and the bottom. I am my beloved, and my beloved is mine. Anila Dodi Dodi Li. And at the bottom, I have found the one in whom my soul delights. And the ketubah reads as follows. באחד לשבת 7 ימים לחודש אדר השני שנת 5771 לבריאת עולם למניין שאנו מנים כאן במלבורן. איך חתן חיים יעקב בן יוסף אמר לה להד בתולצה מרים בת וישוע צבי. Havi Lorin to Kedat Moshe Yisravana Falak Wakir as on Mukhanes Yiki Kirufu Kubrin Yudain. The Falkin of Mokrin was signing on Fanes in the Shamkusha, even if you are to like cases as a Matan, the Hazi Doraka, almost on Nike, the Kitan Tiger, Sipat, and Yalava Taki, Dora Polaris, Marat, Miriam, the Vala, the Dunya, the Nala, the Babua, then the Love, and the Mamma, which should answer. I call Kibela Lab, Repine Yaakov Katandana. So what we have said here so far is that Gary, name in Hebrew is Chaim Yaakov ben Yosef. He's married to Amy. His name is Miriam, daughter of Yishayahu Tzvi. That's Harry. And they're getting married today on the first day of the week, the 7th day of the 7th month of Adar Sheni. And Gary said, I'm going to be a great husband and do whatever I have to do to keep you happy. Something along those lines. Kibel alav Reb Chaim Yaakov Chatan Dana b'mez cooking cases to Reb Chaim Yaakov Chatan Dana v'osivim min derevot me'az cooking cases to Racharim Kinegdan Sachar Chobatain cooking cases to Ruch v'chacham Reb Chaim Yaakov Chatan Dana after you stuck to the dunya the sefta dark abalita leva yasi batrani baron kol shvarak nixim mitkinyani dete on kol kol shvadi kanina tin anel mikne nixim dete na pray or the dete na pray for one you na Chaim baban nixon no stuck to the dunya the sefta dark minava filu min glimadat kafar היה בת החיים יום תננו לעולם ואחריות שתקתו דנו דוניה ויוסף תדע קיבל עליו רב יעקב חתן דנה כוחו מקושטרי כתובות ותוספות תנהגין בבנות ישראל עשון כתיקון חוכמנו זיכרונם לברכה דלא כזמחת דלא תוסף תשתרי וקנינה מן רב חיים יעקב בן יוסף חתן דנה למרת מרים בת ישעיהו צבי בתול תדע על כל מה דקתו ומפורש לה במנה דקת של המקנה והכל שביל לחיה. It is all Aramaic, and it should sound like Aramaic to you because it's not Hebrew. That was a spoken language at the time. But Gary has promised here that he would, she assures Amy that she can have even the shirt off his back, clothing, furniture, jewelry, anything else, camels. It's all being promised over here. Now, in addition to the traditional document, which is actually quite a legal document, and they actually monetary sums etc. mentioned there. Amy and Gary have also got a beautiful English document of commitment to one another. I'm going to read the first part, and then Gary is going to read the second part. So I'm going to read the first part. This ketubah witnesses before God, family, and friends that on the first day of the week, the 7th day of the month of Adar Sheni, in the year 5771, corresponding to the 13th day of the month of March in the year 2011, here in Toorak, Melbourne, Australia, the bride, Amy Natalie Rosenberg, daughter of Vivian and Harry, and the groom Gary Darren Stanowitz, son of Jill and Joe, made this mutual covenant as equal partners in marriage. Surrounded today by family and friends, we promise to unite our lives in tenderness and devotion. We will protect, support and encourage each other as we create a loving future together. May our lives be intertwined forever and be as one in faith and in hope. As we share life's everyday experiences, we promise to strive for an intimacy that will enable us to share our innermost thoughts and feelings, to be sensitive at all times to each other's needs, to share life's joys and to comfort each other through life's sorrows, to challenge each other to achieve intellectual and physical fulfillment as well as spiritual and emotional tranquility. Inspired by our parents, we promise to establish a home committed to our Jewish heritage and linked eternally to the people of Israel. A home dedicated to peace, hope and respect for all people. A family filled with love and learning, goodness and generosity, compassion and integrity. Now, hand Those who are standing and would like to be seated at this point, please feel free to sit.
It's very wet.
On their golden wedding anniversary, couple were asked what was the secret of their success. And he replied, when tempted to fight with fire, remember the fire department usually uses water. She said to her husband, always remember, she said, if I agreed with you, we'd both be wrong. The ability to communicate is not only the basis of a good marriage, it's also what ensures that a marriage will endure and will flourish. If in real estate it's all about location, 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 in marriage it's all about communication, communication, communication. The power of communication is actually inscripted in an insight by Rashi, the great Jewish commentator. And the very first word of the parsha that we read yesterday in Shul, Time of the Yofru. It's encrypted in an insight of Rashi. With the Torah reading opens with the words, Vayikra al Moshe, Vayomar alav el Shem elav me'oel mo'ed. He called to Moshe, God called to Moses, and he spoke to him from the meeting tent. And says Rashi, notice that it says here, God called or summoned, and then he spoke. First he called, and then he spoke. It's in this order because it indicates that God didn't just burst in unexpectedly to Moshe,